Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. This is episode 13 of Rome Total War and hopefully the final video regarding the Imperial campaign as House of Julii. And let's make a strategic overview. So in Spain we are besieging the last Gaulish or Gallic city. They have quite a decent defense with their generals, but decent is our army too, especially the strength of archery units. And then we have one more city here that we should try to conquer so we can eradicate the Spanish threat as well. Of course, this army still has some work to do as Numidia is trying to take Palma from us, so we need to try to defend it as well. In the north, I think we have defeated the king in the north, the Britons namely, and we are now moving our troops from there to northern Italy, where we are mustering as we will strike soon against Rome. There are two full armies defending it, and in order to take it, we need at least two full armies ourselves. And in addition, we need to block these armies from Scipii, from interfering our assault. So basically that will mean likely some forts here and here, so they cannot move past those very quickly. Otherwise in the north, there is peace. The barbarians are not causing any troubles. Actually, Dacians are our allies, and they are at war with Scythians, so they have plenty to do. In the eastern front, Masaka is under siege. We need to try to relieve the pressure from there, even though the infantry there is quite poor quality, eastern infantry. Otherwise, we are keeping the Egyptians and Armenians pretty well at bay. We are trying to capture Salamis, rich city, most likely, and the plunder from there we can boost our troop production in northern Italy. And here we have captured Seleucia, where we are training additional troops, and we are marching towards Susa, lightly defended enemy city, which we should be able to capture as well pretty soon. With that, Armenia has only two more cities left, which should be an easy task to conquer. Then the Egypt is causing some problems for us. I think we need to try to get Cornelius Balbus out from here, maybe through northern route, and we need to retrain his army in Sidon, at least some units, before we push towards Jerusalem. Actually, it's their capital. Interesting. And taking, I guess we will take Jerusalem after they are pulling back their troops. Our army from Damascus or Palmyra can strike at Damascus, while this army proceeds toward the Egyptian mainland. Some huge cities here, which will give a plenty of loot for us. Then we have the problematic Lepsis Manga here. We have failed many times to capture it. Maybe we will try to raise one more army to deal with that, but let's see. And here, I guess, our army training is proceeding pretty well, but we don't have quite enough of units just yet, so the training must continue. So without further ado, we will attack their next turn, and actually we could send some reinforcing troops from Carthago Nova towards Palma to help in defense. And here, okay, we cannot hire any new mercenaries, but that is a possibility if they are available. Of course, we could try to get some fast troops there as well, but I think we can make do with what we have. And actually, as that army is passing by Alesa, we can make one more legionary cohort to support that army there. And I guess it's time to make a turn, unless we are sending a kind of retributive army from Cirta against Numidians. That might be rather a good choice. Let's try to do that. Of course, the main goal is to capture Rome. Okay, the Gauls are attacking. I think we will at least take care of the initially attacking army, but since we are lacking infantry, we may need to withdraw.
In a pathetic attempt to save themselves.
And the archers should be able to shoot pretty soon. And let's move the slingers there, so they won't shoot our own units in the back. Even the chosen swordsmen are falling when there are enough of arrows in the air. Let's try to hit the noble cavalry also, as they may be a bit more problematic because of their speed. We want to destroy their army completely. And these cannot outrun our cavalry when they break.
The enemy show their true virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
Okay, not too many got away. And it's time to reposition our army. I guess this is high enough hill, so we will head there. And hope that the enemy cavalry doesn't catch up with us. Actually, let's make it here, because the flanks are better secured here. And it seems the enemy is giving us nicely time to reposition our army. And actually, I think we tried this trick the last time against these Gauls, and our infantry broke a bit too quickly, so it didn't work. So let's see if we can make our front a bit more bulkier this time. or more strong. Let's actually make these two go here, and these two here, and then these legionary cohorts along with the princeps will form the main infantry battle line here, while the rest of the troops will form another battle line here. And is it so that we have everything in place? Let's hope so. And actually the slingers can go there. And the archers here instead. And where are these going? Here. And these need to reposition a bit so that we don't have too large a gap there. Actually, I'm not certain we want to have the slingers, but let's have them nonetheless. And the mistake we made last time was that we were too slow to withdraw. So let's keep that option open. And let's keep the general and cavalry available to reinforce the battle line as soon as possible, if a need arises. And arrows are starting to fly. They are taking down warhounds. Excellent. And the enemy has some swordsman warbands, skirmisher warbands, and a high amount of cavalry. And the enemy cavalry is charging at the weakest point, most likely. So let's send our own cavalry to help. And as the enemy has no reserves, we can send the rest of our army into the battle as well. And it's imperative that the general survives. Okay, the battle is going pretty well. And with this, I think we are pretty well able to take the city next turn. We just need to break that last enemy unit, namely the Forester Warband, and apparently one more general. Let's try to take him down. The battle next turn will be easier that way. Okay, some more enemies are coming around and joining the battle. Okay. One enemy general down. And are they still firing? Okay, they are still fighting.
Army is in flight. Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield.
And every man run down in this battle will be one less man to worry about in the next battle. I think the goals are already broken overall in the campaign, in addition to this battle, but it's wise not to take too many losses if that can be avoided. An excellent victory, especially considering the previous battle in similar situation. And it seems the Armenians are attacking. Fortunately, we have the legionary reinforcements arriving. I don't think they will be able to conquer the city, or would have been able to do that even without the reinforcements, because the AI just cannot manage a battle against walls. Even though... Oh, okay, we have those murder holes behind those towers as well, so we should have no problems here. Let's just form our troops up. Spears in the front, other infantry behind them, and peasants protecting the flanks here. And guarding the generals back.
Your reinforcements have arrived. This is hopeful news indeed.
Okay, it seems the enemy will be able to capture the gateway here because of that siege tower. If they rush in now, that boiling oil would do wonders, but it seems they are waiting for the units with the siege tower to get to the top. That's okay, because our reinforcements can get in, and our towers are wreaking havoc in the enemy army. They have lost already 14% of their men.
Look to the inner defenses. The walls have fallen to the enemy. The gods have abandoned us.
Actually, let's put these troops as a third line here. Hopefully they will get a bit of a rest before the battle begins in earnest. And the minimum casualties are about 20% at the moment. And I think that Eastern Infantry will break rather soon. Yeah. But we won't chase them just yet. We want to have a bit more panic here. Okay, I think we can send the light infantry to chase. The enemy still has general as well as some heavy spearmen, and they are trying to flank us. So it's time to move legionaries in a better position. Oh, these recover quite fast.
General is dead! His men know their doom approaches! The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear and now they flee!
Okay. And the battle is ours. No need to gain losses by chasing them down because the enemy controls the gateway. And some rebel navy is attacking us here, okay. We are not doing that well. The Senate would want us to take this town, or village rather. We are not going to comply, because our faction leader will be able to say soon that he is the Senate, or I am the Senate. And in Malaysia we can continue the construction works. And let's see. So we were supposed to... Let's take these mercenaries as well to be the part of this army, and let's bring them to northern Italy. And I think it's time to take Numancia. Only 97 men, but I will save just in case. Quite heavy losses, considering the small number of enemy men there. The good thing is that we can retrain most of our army there, and Gauls have been destroyed. And we can bring now the reinforcements to Palama. Let's see. Before attack, let's make a save. And let's see if auto-resolve would work. Yes, it did. And we have the reinforcements needed in Palama. let's take down the Numidian navy, or at least chase it away. Sorry. And it seems enemy army is besieging Cirta. So building that retributive army wasn't that bad of an idea after all. Let's see if we could auto-resolve this battle as well. Okay, a decent victory, and let's retrain the army. And in Thapsus they are complaining about something, as well as in Carthage. And okay, legionary cavalry and Praetorian cavalry takes pretty long time to build. So let's make it that way. And actually, I think the Pantheon here will be pretty nice. If we have the money for it. Eventually. And let's continue here. And about the east. Let's see, we can besiege Susa. And hopefully we can take it next turn. There are some reinforcements, at least those heavy spearmen, but I don't think they will be able to turn the battle for the enemy. And then let's break out from here. And actually, we should combine the troops as much as possible. And then send the weakened units for retraining. And let's bring the rest of the army here. And then I think archers will be beneficial here. And some other units, maybe we will take the Hastati here. Join the army. And we can retrain at least some of the units there. And what should we omit? For now, let's take 2 Praetorian guards off in here. And some cavalry there. And what about our retium? Okay, now we should have enough money for retraining the units here and actually train some more troops. And in Masaka to retrain the units and actually make some more. Okay. And yeah, we are retraining there as well. Okay. It seems we are done for this turn. Oh, he's aged 50, but let's take him nonetheless because he's in the right area. Interestingly, we are the richest faction at the moment. And in Corinth we can raise some taxes, build additional temples, and in Tylis as well for the temple building part. And let's not forget to move the troops here. And then I think we can begin to move against the last Spanish town. Even though some reinforcements are needed here as well. Okay, not then. So let's begin our journey there. And here we need to retrain these. And the retributive army is growing, as well as the army that's meant to take down Carthage. And then we have only the question about East. Guess we need to lower some taxes in Sardis and Byzantium. And then... Okay, an Egyptian army is trying to block us. I think it will flee. Yes, it will. And let's bring that unit there for retraining. And let's take the legionaries here. And actually, I think we can upgrade the army quite a bit by sending the mercenaries away and taking legionaries and the archer auxilia in. And in Sidon we can train some more troops. And let's see if we could take Salamis here. Let's make a quick save. I think we can auto-resolve that battle. Excellent. And decent amounts of money as a loot from here. And then we need to just train some more peasants to increase the public order. And let's build a shrine to Jupiter, so we won't suffer the cultural penalties there. And what about Susa? Are we able to capture it as well? Let's make a quick save just in case, because we have that Eastern infantry, which is pretty inferior to the enemy troops. And we managed to beat them. And Susa is ours as well. So let's build an arena and some garrison here to keep the population in check. And this army could move northwards pretty soon. I think the Armenians are broken pretty soon. Here, let's make our own shrine, and the army is ready to assault Damascus as soon as the situation allows that. And then we can concentrate or request some new troops in northern Italy. Archers are good, so they will be trained there. Some more Praetorian cohorts are also beneficial. And let's see here. Okay, we cannot train anything useful. And has this army already moved? Yes, it has. So we have a turn. And the Egyptians are mustering to defend Jerusalem. And let's see what's going to happen next. Well, Well, at least our fleet got sunken. And Tarsus is growing. That's nice. And okay, we lost a family member in Mediolanum, but we gained 2 more. I think we will send one of them to Salona, and the other can stay where he is. And our army here should be ready soon. Okay. A Spanish army here may cause us some problems. So let's send some reinforcements to Mancha. And then let's continue our march northwards. The enemy has at least Iberian infantry there, so that shouldn't be too large a cause for trouble or worry. And then I think in one turn we can begin to muster our forces there to march forward. And in the east, let's wait one more turn for that army. And here, I think we will bypass Jerusalem altogether and attack the Egyptian mainland. Some additional troops are good to have because our main army is moving away, so we may need to battle pretty hard here, but I think we can make it one more turn now. Okay, the Egyptians are attacking us. Pretty poor quality troops. Maybe we dare to auto-resolve. Okay. They took quite heavy beating. And with this rate, they will be running out of armies pretty soon. Those Pharaoh's bowmen can do some damage, but I'm confident that we will beat them as well. So, should we still march forward to Egypt, or should we besiege Jerusalem? Let's see the situation in a short while. The Spanish army is moving somewhere, so we should have pretty easy time capturing what's the name of that village or city? Asturica. And this army can start moving out. We will head to the desert first because it's a smaller town. And from Carthage we can already begin sending the troops away towards Lepsis Manga. And here let's check quickly about Jerusalem. Okay, it's too well defended. And actually it's rioting. Interesting. So we shall continue our push towards the Egyptian mainland. even though we are suffering quite heavy casualties at the moment. We should be able to reach a village soon there. Okay, this city is about to grow. So let's actually make it happen a bit faster, as we can manipulate the population here, and then let's make new troops here. And from here we can send the army forward, and actually one of the new generals came in here, so we can leave him in charge of the city while we press towards the rest of the Armenian area. I think we will need some archers to guard the area there as well. And let's give some additional troops to Manius Victor as he pushes northward. And I think we can move Sextus Propertius to Sidon, even though Antiochians doesn't seem to like that. But we are in position to pose a threat to Jerusalem if we decide that we will try to capture it. Okay, the enemy is chasing our assaulting general, so we need to be careful that his whole army doesn't get annihilated, as he's pretty far behind the lines. Okay, Cirta is once again under siege. A new general, he can be sent to gather troops. And we have a new general here. We could actually hire some mercenaries so that enemy cannot hire them. And Tarsus clearly could use a port. And let's see about Antioch and Masaka. Okay, there is the governor's palace under construction. And these both are huge cities. So let's position ourselves on the bridge. So if the enemy... Oh, and there is bridge. Okay, I think we are saved, because we can hold that bridge quite easily. And this army can continue northwards. Let's send that legionary cohort to reinforce it. And this army can continue southwards. And the people in Thapsus are having bad time apparently. Okay, this is a shrine, so we need to construct a shrine of Jupiter. I think that will bring some more public order there. And the question is, should we send the retributive army back? I think we need to, or we will lose Cirta. And here we can besiege this town. And we are soon in position that we can start forming the armies in northern Italy. And the enemy is taking their turns. And Bulatsora is rioting. Okay, so we need to make some repairs there and train some new troops to keep them in line. Sardis is growing. And what's wrong in Nicomedia? I guess that's growing as well. And in Thapsus we need to construct a better temple, but let's make... okay. And some games are required as well. And fortunately in Alaisa the public order is beginning to be in good level. And let's see if we can capture Asturica. I think yes we can. And Spain has been defeated. And those troops can be sent against Numidia. And it seems there is another Numidian army incoming, so we need to train some real troops here. And I think in Carthage... okay, we have one legionary cohort. Hopefully that will be enough. And Nabomarsus is having some troubles with public order. I think the temple should fix that. And we can bring those mercenaries back to Sidon. And this army continues northwards, trailed by that unit. Let's have the mercenaries so we can have some garrisons there. And it seems Armenia is soon down to Hatra. And hopefully Alexandria will fall next turn. And times to start combining the troops. So who's the best general around here? I guess it's Julianus Pupienus, at least from those cities. Yes, so he will be our main general here, and he will be accompanied by Praetorian Guard, which will form the main strength of his army. And he will have some cavalry as well. And some archers to complement the army. And then we can send... let's take Hastati instead of these auxiliars. And here as well. So the armies are beginning to gather, and we can hire some mercenaries as well. And capturing Alexandria should give us enough money to take control of to hire the mercenaries in northern Italy, and thus they should allow us to push forward. Of course, we need to win this battle first if we want to win there. So the archers will be in key role here, and let's put our strongest cohorts to guard the bridge. And then unfortunately we are in a such position that we need to form another line to guard our backs here, as the enemy is selling out.
The enemy have brought up reinforcements in a pathetic attempt to save themselves.
Okay, there. And then these troops need to form up against a threat from there. And then the general can take position here. And I think we will be able to hold. Okay, let's hope we can take down the Pharaoh's bowmen before they start causing casualties to us. Enemy units here are pretty much cavalry, so they shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. I think the legionaries will be able to hold pretty well. We are taking some casualties to this legionary cohort, but it's not in the forefront to take the brunt of the enemy crossing, so I think we are in a pretty good position, especially as our archers are winning the battle against their archers. Okay, they're starting to cross. And I think we will shift the focus on these units now. Okay, those are Bedouin archers. So let's try to take them down as well.
Gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
And let's send a couple of... Maybe we don't need to send the cohorts there. Let's send them to reinforce the battle line against the garrison, because we want to take down the garrison to the last man. And only 3 more enemies that are not panicking. Excellent. And there are some shooters here as well. Bowmen and Pharaoh's bowmen. Quite a few of Pharaoh's bowmen actually. So basically that means that we need to engage. They are having missile superiority and it's growing, so we need to move forward. On the other hand, they are lacking infantry. Nile spearmen are not that good. And I think our general can take down the enemy bowmen. And actually the phalanx is holding quite well here. So let's send one additional cohort to help. Or what's left of it anyway. And then let's take down the enemy general as well. And then these units can start to take down the enemy general. These should be able to clear those bowmen there. Okay, it was actually the enemy king there.
Are full of fear and now they flee.
Okay, good victory. A bit too many casualties though. I don't know if another enemy army will attack us. Okay, we captured Alexandria. Excellent news. We got nice spoils. And we managed to capture the pyramids as well. Let's drive that army a bit more out, and we are still aiming for this as the army from Spain can come to help. And we can start to besiege Arsacia. These cities are happy here. The Egyptians seem to be withdrawing. Now the only question is how well can we reinforce that army, or this army, so that it will hold. I think we need to send the general with these troops that cannot be retrained to guard the bridge. So he can block the enemy advancement. Then of course we could strive to capture Memphis. Let's scout Jerusalem a bit. Pretty well defended. But is it defended well enough? Is another question. And here I think we can make the plans for assault. we could have some more mercenaries from there, but I think the circle is tightening around the Senate, and it's time to start building the fortifications here. And time to besiege Lepsis Manga once again. And then the army from Asturica can start southwards. I think one legionary cohort and one archer auxilia is enough of defense there. Let's go to Cordoba and let's bring the fleet there, ready to transport us over. And I think the position is starting to look pretty good. Here, maybe we could send Sextus the Honest to Antioch to keep up the public order. And Herius Propertius can act as our general here. Oh, rebel army besieging our city, interesting. Palma is growing, which is good because we can build a port there soon. And let's see, Masaka has built Proconsul's Palace. I think we need to send reinforcements from there to help Sinope, as the garrison there is on the weaker side. Let's take care of that enemy army once and for all. And I think we are in position to besiege Jerusalem. We need to leave some units out to defend Sidon. And actually let's train some more to keep up the public order. And we can hire some more mercenaries from here. And next turn we can assault. There is this another Egyptian army, but I think a strike from Palmyra can keep them occupied, especially if the besieging happens from the western side of the Jerusalem. And here I think we can capture Arsacia. Some filling of our coffers here. And of course they are starting to rebel. Let's see if we take the general out, if the citizens are a bit more happy. No, they are not, so there will be rioting next turn. I think we can live with that. We don't need games anymore in Thapsus, but we could build a larger temple. And then this army can continue towards the enemy city. The fleet will get into position next turn. And this general with his army will arrive soon as well. And then I think we will leave a small garrison here and build a new fort here, and we will do the same thing here and build a new fort right next to it. And the rest of the armies will be in position soon. As this army will besiege Rome, I think that will be a good place for it. And then let's bring the other armies right next to it. so they can support it as well as possible.
General, forward, joining forces.
Okay, and it seems Alexandria is doing pretty okay at the moment. So I think we even dare to besiege Memphis.
Orders. Engage the enemy. Besieging settlement, sir.
Actually, let's build it that way around.
Siege, sir. Orders.
And hopefully the public order can handle these, taking out these troops. Okay. And we can build a better temple there as well. And we have a turn. Maybe we can auto-resolve. Excellent. And Memphis will be ours soon. Because Goth is expanding. Okay, we can have a port there soon. And we are running out of money, but I think our gamble for Rome can begin pretty soon. And capturing Memphis gives us nice amounts of money, and we can now even retrain all of our troops, which is excellent. And capturing those pyramids will give us a nice boost in the public order in Egyptian cities. And here I think that's garrison enough. The army can besiege Damascus, and we can actually try to reinforce it even more. Let's take out some mercenaries from Antioch and some troops from Sidon. And in Arsacia, another temple. And I think Manius Victor can retire there in well-deserved pension, while we head out to Hatra. And capturing Thebes should be our priority pretty soon. Hopefully those won't besiege us too soon. They will be able to hold out only 2 more turns. The fleet is in position, waiting for the army. And this army here is seeking to cause troubles once again. So let's build some more troops in Cirta. And I think we are ready to assault Rome.
Attack! Besieging settlement, sir. Settlement under siege, sir. Sir, General. Move out, Imperator. March! Attack! Besieging settlement, sir. Settlement under siege, sir.
And let's leave a small garrison here as well. So, I think next turn the die is cast, and next turn the fate of Rome will be decided. Oh. Maybe this siege wasn't that well considered. And now the Brutii and Scipii are retaliating, but our forts should be able to hold them. And the task of these armies is to try to cause as much damage as possible to the Roman armies, so these 2 or 3 armies can finish the job. I'm a bit worried because the generals here aren't that experienced. So it may be that they will be beating us, but let's use every advantage we have here. For example, the terrain. So the Praetorian Guard will form the main battle line. Spearmen will act as reserve when enemy cavalry attacks, and Hastatican Guard flanks. Our missile troops are somewhat inferior, and we have a bit too much cavalry, but let's make do as much as possible with what we have. Maybe we can make some devastating cavalry charges against the enemy. But let's take the corner position here. Which luckily means that the Hastati can have very deep formations here. Which will make the battle easier for us. Okay, these are must be left in pretty broad formation. And then maybe the formation is a bit too tight, but we'll make do with it. And then the cavalry will move a bit outward, and it will strike the enemy army when a situation presents itself. Actually, could it be right away if there is enemy cavalry kind of out alone? Velites, armored general. Let's try to take out some units. Okay, well, Striarii incoming. So we need to move out pretty soon from this attack. I think we can take out these Velites. At least cause pretty heavy casualties before the Triarii are able to react. Let's see if we can take on... Okay, they're breaking already. So time to withdraw. Okay. Surprisingly poor morale. And of course they are fleeing right to the enemy units, so some future casualties are assured. But let's see if we can take down one enemy general here. Okay, now it seems it's time for the enemy general to rout. Let's put the Praetorians back on position. And let's try to drive this general out of battle. Okay, some of our cavalry are back in line. Maybe there are some ballista, for example, we could strike against. And the enemy general has left the building or battlefield. And there really seems to be a unit of ballista. Actually Roman archers. Let's try to take them down. And it seems our reinforcements are not available, and nor are the enemy reinforcements. So we have to make do with what we have. Okay, the archers are routing. Let's take all of them down, or as many as we can. And it's time to bring the cavalry back. Okay, our reinforcements. Okay, enemy reinforcements incoming.
Gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
And if this cavalry arrives in time so that we can break the whole enemy army, that would be just great. Okay, the whole enemy army is routing. Excellent. And we are making do with one army only at the moment, which is kind of surprising. And we are starting to break, it seems. Let's see if we could take down that enemy general there.
Your reinforcements have arrived.
Okay,
This is hopeful.
our reinforcements are arriving. The battle is getting interesting, most assuredly. If we can take down the enemy general here, our reinforcements are in a really good position to take down the enemy army. As the enemy are tired, they are disorganized. So we just need... Okay, excellent.
Tragedy when a true Roman meets his death.
So now we can bring our own general to safety. And these Praetorians can engage the enemy troops. And here the question is, there are some princeps, some Samnite gladiators and archer auxilia, which will be our primary target for the cavalry, if we can get past those princeps. Let's try to do it. It seems we need to get our general out of there and join... Okay, the whole army is routed.
Rally your men, or the battle is lost for sure.
And it seems it falls to our allies to win the battle. Fortunately, our general survived. So these units are Scythian mercenaries, not ideal to use them against archer auxilia. The main army seems to be forming up here. Quite a lot of cavalry. Some legionaries, luckily. But the enemy should... Okay, first cohort. I think the enemy should start to be pretty tired, at least these are winded. And the archers have taken quite a beating there. So the balance of power is pretty even, but I think we should be able to triumph here, or rather our allies should be able to do that. Okay, the archer auxilia is breaking here. And the enemy is disorganized. They are kind of forming a battle line there. But it's not complete, at least yet. And if we can break these archers, that will mean so many fewer missile units against our reinforcing army. unfortunately our allies are also becoming tired, but it seems we will have an engagement soon. Of course, what are these? Okay, they are barbarian cavalry mercenaries. So these are drawing attention of at least some velites, and they are shooting legionary cohorts, hopefully causing some casualties there. But the main battle is about to begin, and actually the first cohort is routing. That's a major blow, especially as the enemy general has fallen against us. So I think this panic may spread enough for our allies to win the battle. Feels kind of weird that I'm commentating how the AI is playing here the battle. But since my army routed, that's how the things are at the moment. So they are actually breaking another first legionary cohort with cavalry only. So it seems the enemy morale is very low, critically low. And now the allied general has attacked legionary cohort. Maybe some other cavalry should help him. Okay, another reinforcing army is coming. And it seems the cavalry is successful here as well. So only the enemy right flank seems to be still standing. A unit of Hastati, some light auxilia in fight against equites, and they are routing. And the enemy seems to have only these Samnite gladiators engaging barbarian mercenaries. Hopefully the cavalry will attack the gladiators back. Okay, they are routing. And then there is that one unit of Hastati. At least what I can see. Okay, some light auxilia, but already wavering, as well as this Hastati. And they know they have lost the battle. Unfortunately, we cannot do auto-resolve here, so if we leave the battle, we will cede the victory to the enemies. But it shouldn't take long, and if we can mop up the rest of the armies here. What kind of army, by the way, is reinforcing us at the moment here? So pretty decent. Legionaries, archers. Okay. I think we can finish this battle now.
This is a heroic.
So our troops were more than able to perform well there, and we have captured Rome, and it's a victory. So it's time to consider next campaign, and that will be a role-playing campaign. So I will play according to the faction leader's traits and try to take into account the his retinue as well, what kind of advice they will give, and that will kind of interestingly shape the gameplay there. I don't think I will take into account similarly every governor, but at least the faction leader, and if the situation presents itself, of course other generals and governors as well. So you can now vote what faction I should play. It can be from this original Rome TotalWar or the expansion Barbarian Invasion. And there is at least a couple of days time to vote. So please give your voice and let's see what the next campaign will hold. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, that will help a great deal, and you can also share this video to your friends. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Old Games out.